Good evening, SC. Here are this week's top stories in the world of entertainment. Ex-couple Kris and Bruce Jenner reportedly could be back together, according to TMZ sources, after they were caught on camera holding hands outside of LAX airport. The two were returning to the United States from Thailand when they were seen holding hands and wearing their wedding rings. When asked if they were back together by photogs, Bruce Jenner quickly responded by stating, quote, "We've been together." This is very unusual since Kris Jenner stated back in October that the couple had separated and Bruce had moved out of the house and was staying in Malibu. On Monday, the final episode of How I Met Your Mother aired, ending the show's run of 9 seasons. Since its airing, the final episode has garnered some negative reviews from both critics and longtime fans, and was even speculated to be an April Fool's joke upon its release. According to the Huffington Post, there is now a petition being created to change the ending of the series. If you missed the series finale of the acclaimed show, you can find the whole episode on CBS.com. The legendary rap group, the Wu-Tang Clan, surprised everyone this week with details about a new album that they plan to release sometime soon. Only one copy of the album, titled Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, will be released, and so far it has received offers as high as $5 million, according to group leader RZA. The album will consist of 31 tracks and will have all the members of the group featured on it, including Raekwon, Ghostface Killah, and GZA, who have not shown much interest in reforming the group in recent years. This project will not interfere with the group's much-anticipated studio album, A Better Tomorrow, which is expected to be released this summer. Atlanta rapper 2 Chainz is being charged with a felony of drug possession 10 months after being arrested at LAX airport for possession of codeine. 2 Chainz could be facing up to 3 years in prison for the crime and is scheduled to be arraigned next week, according to MTV. The 36-year-old rapper was arrested last June for marijuana possession before boarding a plane at LAX. Authorities also found a bottle filled with promethazine and codeine in his checked bag. Later that summer, 2 Chainz was pulled over in his tour bus after police suspected drug use taking place inside the bus. 2 Chainz has chosen not to reply to MTV's request for comments. And finally, Channing Tatum will be receiving the 3rd annual MTV Trailblazer Award at the 2014 MTV Movie Awards on Sunday, April 13th. This will make Tatum the first male actor to win the award, putting him next to Emma Watson and Emma Stone as the first 3 recipients of the award. According to MTV News, Tatum is the perfect candidate for the award due to his unique and diverse path in the film industry. Catch the 2014 MTV Movie Awards on Sunday, April 13th at 9 p.m. from the Nokia Movie Theater in Los Angeles. Well, that's all for entertainment this week. Back to you, Bree.
Thank you for our entertainment contributors, Connor, Nick, and Kyle. Several students around campus took a different approach to the entertainment this past spring break 2014. The Habitat for Humanity chapter on campus traveled down to North Carolina to help finish up a house in this year's Collegiate Challenge. I was able to get more on this story.
Habitat for Humanity is an international organization in which we try to provide housing for less fortunate people. So they could have gone through some kind of natural disaster, they could be disabled war veterans, any kind of situation like that. Habitat tries to reach out to those kinds of people. Specifically on the Springfield College campus, we have what is called a campus chapter. So we have an established chapter within the college to do different things in the community.
So on campus, there's a National Habitat for Humanity Day where you kind of bring awareness to the foundation, and last year they did you would put a nail into a birdhouse or just a piece of wood, kind of like a stress reliever, but it just kind of brings awareness. We do a lot of day builds in the community, which is really awesome. Actually, 2 years ago, a couple of us went to one of the tornado relief Home for the Holiday houses, so that was really amazing to meet one of the men who actually lost family members in the tornado and lost his home, and we got to help rebuild.
On a broader spectrum, we kind of travel through our spring break. We do an alternate spring break in which we travel across the country, anywhere really that we can, to participate in a week-long build for a typical Habitat family.
We participate in the Collegiate Challenge, which is just a bunch of other campus chapters coming together and taking a house and building it through each step.
They're different every year. So in the past they've gone to, I think it was South Carolina in 2010. I know that 2011 we went to Franklin, West Virginia, which was amazing. They went to South Carolina last year, and then this year was North Carolina.
We went to Concord, North Carolina, and we basically, the first day we got there, the weather wasn't cooperating with us. So we basically got 2 houses and we just gutted them. We destroyed everything in the house, bagged it up, and put it in a dumpster. And then after that, we put the siding on one of the Habitat houses that that affiliation was using for the Collegiate Challenge. So we put the siding on and framed and roofed the porch.
We usually work Monday through Friday. We work around probably 6 to 8 hours a day, and we could do anything from putting up the walls of the house and beginning the initial build process to doing painting, to doing siding. So it just typically depends what week of the Collegiate Challenge, where you are at in the build. That is like the project that you do for the week.
So when we get there, we kind of see the progress that has been made by other colleges or other groups that have come to contribute. And for example, this past trip, we were the last of the Collegiate Challenge. So the last group, we put up the siding to make it actually look like a finished product, which was amazing because we got to see, you know, everybody else's product just finished and was beautiful. And it really, when we got there, the siding was, you know, that blue styrofoam, and we're like, oh, it's totally unfinished, but we're the last group, so we get to make it look like a home. And that was a really big part of it for us.
Habitat for Humanity, you can get involved in a lot of different ways. On campus, you can attend the annual club fair, so you can initially sign up to join the club through that and participate in year-long day builds. And then you can also apply to go on the alternative spring break trip. And there's different ways you can help with fundraising, you can help with advertising, so it kind of depends like what you're interested in doing, but there's definitely a lot of different ways to get involved.
Another alternative spring break group traveled to Guatemala. Members of the Together campaign on campus traveled to Latin America for a 7-day trip to give back to a few small communities over there. Their trip consisted of giving vegetables to communities, spending some time with young people, and painting a school. Bree Hill was also able to get more on this story.
So the Together campaign is a service club here on campus. Basically, it's a group of students that get together and they do work throughout the community in Springfield, other surrounding communities, and then we have projects that we can do outside of the state as well. Once a year, Together campaign puts together a trip that goes outside of the country. So the Together campaign is a service club here on campus. Basically, it's a group of students that get together and they do work throughout the community in Springfield, other surrounding communities, and then we have projects that we can do outside of the state as well. Once a year, Together campaign puts together a trip that goes outside of the country, and it's alternative spring break. So we work with the youth and outside in a different place. This year we were in Guatemala, so we worked with the youth in 4 different communities outside of Antigua, Guatemala. It was an incredible experience. We did different service projects. We painted a couple days at a school. We also distributed vegetables to a local community, and we did a trash pickup day with the children. Our biggest project was painting. So there was a school there called Santa Maria de Jesus. The school's only been open for a year and a half, and the town we are in is 100% indigenous Maya town. So the children don't have very much opportunity up there and for education. So we went out there and basically they asked us to paint the entire outside of the school. So it was great. We worked really fast and we got a lot more painting done than they thought we were going to get done when we painted a mural for them. So just something visually for the students to stimulate them while they're in class, as well as interacting. We spend a couple hours each day where we just have fun playing with the children, getting to know them, they get to know us, we learn about their culture, so it's very rewarding. There's many different ways that you can interact and help out with communities. For me personally, it's a little bit tougher with the youth and figuring out what actually impacts them long term. So when we're there, we definitely try to interact with them because that's right when we're there with them. But doing something like painting or working, to pick up trash or distributing the vegetables, that's something that gives a little bit more of a long-term effect. So we know we've made a lasting impact after we leave. So Together campaign, they meet once a week here on campus. So basically you can join anytime throughout the year. Go to the meetings, you learn about it. The trip starts September. So the trip starts in September, and that's when they do the application process. We also have service opportunities, here around Springfield where you can help out locally as well.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes, also known around campus as FCA, took their annual spring retreat this past weekend. Once again, Bree Hill was able to get more on the story. Take it away, Bree.
So Fellowship of Christian Athletes would be a Christian community at the Springfield College campus.
FCA just wants to encourage everyone to come together in fellowship and love Jesus and share the gospel with everyone, no matter if you play a sport or not.
On campus, we have weekly huddles, and what a huddle is, it's a time where it's either Tuesday or Thursday around lunchtime, so from 12 to 12:50, and we get together, and then we talk about different Bible-related topics or faith-related topics. Speakers come in, we have our advisor come in, Coach Deering, or we have other faculty members who are believers come in and lead us into discussion and thought. And it's just a good time to just stop everything what you're doing, just talk about spiritual things in life, and to refocus, get energized, and go on with the rest of your day.
We have this wonderful retreat every year in the spring semester, and we have one in the fall semester. And it's a time where we have the weekend to just come together and get rid of all the distractions in our life and to focus solely on our faith and to refocus everything. So we're able to just go back stronger than ever, and we also do a lot of fun activities together because we're fun.
If you see our table at a club fair, sign up. We'll send you a weekly email. If it's something that you decide you don't want to do later on, there's always a way to get out of that. But if you just want to get involved, talk to us. You can talk to Pastor Stephen. He is a really great person, a point of contact on campus. Also, Dave McMahon, you can ask him how to get into contact with us.
There's also Wednesday night halftime. That's also it's a midweek service, Christian service on campus, led by Pastor Steve. Most of us are there almost all the time, so you can talk to us and meet us there in a very friendly environment. We normally chat and have a good time for well over half an hour. So just throwing that out, that's another way you can get to know us.
And that's at 7 o'clock on Wednesdays, and then also at 7:30 on Monday there's a Bible study, and basically you'll always see at least a couple of us there.
As usual, the world of sports has been buzzing lately, especially in the college ranks, as March Madness is well underway and hitting its best time. For everything you need to know for sports, here's Candace Tibbetts.